might think that getting into the IT field is impossible without a computer science degree, but Tech Coach Ralph is here to prove you wrong. Get ready for some jaw-dropping revelations on how to break into this lucrative industry. Listen up, tech enthusiasts! Are you ready to break through into the IT field, but feel like you need a computer science degree to make it happen? Think again! Tech Coach Ralph has some exclusive, mind-blowing secrets to share with you. Get ready to be blown away by his jaw-dropping revelations on how to break into the tech industry without a computer science degree. So get your notepad ready, because Tech Coach Ralph is going to change your life forever. Buckle up, because you're about to embark on a journey to success in the IT field.
Are you ready? Are you ready?
It's time!
We are back. Welcome to another episode of Software Explorations. I am your host of the channel. I am Tech Coach Ralph, where, above all else, we are engineered to win. How is everyone doing tonight? We are going to be getting into some more API automation with Java and rest assured. But already in the building, we got Yakar saying, let's go. My guy, Yakar, we do some amazing work together. I don't know why it's not showing up, but whatever the case may be. What's going on, Yakar? So happy to have you here. And a shout out to Yakar as well for becoming a tech mercenary on the channel. And we have another tech mercenary. We have David. I don't know why nothing's showing up. Let me see what's going on here. You see, look at this. What is going on here? Let me see. Already just started, and we already have to fix stuff. So we're going to go with text color. It's going to be, let's see, now I need tech support. Let's go with text color being white. And we go here and we save. There we go. Let me try your cars one more time to see if that fixed it as well. Let's see. There we go. See, that's what I'm talking about. Tech support always on deck. All right. So, and we have my guy Ferris Pluto in the building saying, is the coach late or am I? That is a great philosophical question that I do not have the answer to. Shout out to you, Ferris Pluto, whatever you want to be called. Shout out to you. Hey, I'm looking forward to tomorrow. So welcome in, everybody. We are going to have a great time tonight. We are going to, great for me. Because, me, I love to do this code thing. We're going to talk about some trials and some tribulations, all this type of stuff, right? But let's get into our agenda so we can get the show on the road. So first and foremost, I want to say a big shout out, salute to all of the newest subscribers, as well as the older subscribers who's been with me for a very long time. I appreciate you all. You guys are absolutely amazing, and we are in this together. We are going to win. Like I said, we are engineered to win. All right. So, and as well, salute to my tech barbarians who consistently put in the work all day long. Right. So we're going to have some housekeeping where I'm going to shout out some tech barbarians about the amazing work that they're doing, and we'll go from there. All right. So salute to the tech barbarians. You guys keep on pushing. All right. So let me just run through this real quick. What is our live show schedule? So we have our morning show on Mondays and Wednesdays where we go. So on Mondays, it's about 7:45, 7:50 after the Talk That Tech show with my guys, Trey and Joseph from Tech Niche Tips. So I like to talk to them, contribute to the conversation, and then we go live. It's like an after party, right? Where we do we look at some news stories, and then we go and we do our mobile automation, or not mobile automation, our mobile development, right? Which I have a story about that today. Oh my goodness. But anyways, let's keep going. Then we have Sunday afternoons. On Sundays, we work on Terraform infrastructure as code, where we are building out the infrastructure for the app that the tech barbarians are building. All right. So we are using Terraform, we're using AWS, we're using MongoDB with Atlas, however they're called. We're doing all that, right? So that's Sunday afternoons. Check that out. Tuesday nights, we have our Q&A sessions where you can call in and ask me questions. You can ask me questions in the chat, and I find questions as well. And we just have a discussion. We talk. We have some fun. It's a very fun night, very laid back. So it's good stuff. So, and then we have Thursday nights tonight where we do more software explorations. We've been focusing on QA API automation and QA APIs, all that good stuff. If you are interested in learning more about APIs, check out the videos that were pre-recorded on for our software explorations concept and overviews, as well as the prior live streams where we did automation with Python. We used Postman and Rapid API, all this different stuff, so you can get some more experience. All right, something here for everyone. And then we have as well some Saturday mornings, not all Saturday mornings, but this coming Saturday I have to schedule the stream. But Mitch, by popular demand, he said we're doing it again, so I'm like, all right, we're doing it again. Saturday mornings. This Saturday, 9 a.m., we're going to be looking at the weekly numbers to review. And my guy, Yakar, he gave me some additional information to look at as well. I'm still trying to figure this all out, but we're going to look at it. We're going to look at it, and we are going to make sense of it, and we are going to be an expert in this realm as well, right? We're going to figure it out, because we need to stop letting people tell us what it is, and we need to figure it out for ourselves. All right. Let's not be blind. All right. Now, our pre-recorded content, Mondays, Candid Conversations. This past Monday, we spoke about why you and I are not friends, and how that benefits you by us not being friends. You definitely have to check that out. Many people watched, many people appreciated it, and let's keep it that way. All right. Wednesdays, software explorations, concepts, and overviews. Yesterday, we spoke about API documentation and why that is so important and why it will change your life, especially if you're in tech. Next week, I was just on a call at 6 p.m. with one of my tech barbarians. And they asked me, prior to the call, hey, are you familiar with GraphQL? And I'm like, oh, we use it at work, but I'm not too familiar with it yet. So I already had it on my list to talk about. But next week, we're going to deep dive into GraphQL, figure that out. Why is it useful? How do we use it? All that good stuff. And then eventually we'll have a live stream on it where we're going to be implementing it to the best that we can. That's what we do here. We explore. We are technical explorers. So that's what's going to be happening on over here. All right. So we have as well on Fridays, the Bug Bite. We are going to be talking about the TikTok ban that was recently passed by Congress and signed into law by President Joe Biden. And, there's a timeline for them to sell by. We're going to read about what sources say TikTok parent company ByteDance is saying, and what this might mean for Americans if TikTok does actually end up getting banned in the United States. What's going to happen? So we're going to talk about that. Tomorrow's the Bug Bite. Definitely want to tune in for that. I would love to hear your feedback on that one as well, because I have some thoughts on it. But more tech related, not really in the whole political cybersecurity type stuff. It's just, tech thinking and careers and stuff like that. All right. So tune in for that. And then throughout the week, we have shorts as well as clips from the Q&A show where we release Monday through Friday, in small digestible pieces so that you can get the information you need in many different ways. So something here for everyone. We are just about going live every single day. The only day I used to go live on Fridays, started training just in the morning. So now Mitch turned it into Saturdays, right? What can I say? Right? The VP of data analytics, because he is under a non-compete, because he is a high-level executive and an NDA, he said we're going live Saturday to talk about numbers. I'm like, all right, cool, we'll do it. I like to learn about numbers, all right? So that is the show schedules that we have on this channel. Tune in. Something is definitely going to interest you, all right? Next up, let's transition right? What was today like? So you guys know that, well, you might not know because if you're new to the channel, a lot of new people at my company that I work for, we have 2 week sprints. Shout out to your car because we just did an agile presentation, all right, and a Kanban presentation as well. It was more of a Kanban workshop, but I digress. So every 2 weeks, every other Thursday, we have our Scrum Day, and what our Scrum Day consists of is a sprint review, sprint retrospective, and a sprint planning to get us kicked off for the next sprint. So every other Thursday, it is a long day for me. And for the cherry on top, it was like this past sprint was tough because it's like we had missed some goals and then we're like trying to play catch up and stuff. And it was just like we didn't manage it the best that we could. So but the thing I want to tell you is that sometimes like you need to lose, you need to fail in order to see what was going wrong, and you can adjust and you can fix it, right? So, a lot of good discussions can come out of when you fail and stuff like that. And like, it was that type of day today. It's not like that we failed like miserably, but it's just like, when you set a goal, you want to reach it, but it's just like some prior sprints, some like situations that we got ourselves into, and we're like trying to play catch up, all this good stuff, right? But that's why every other Thursday I'm a little more tired than usual. But as your car knows, as bag chasers, we do not miss. All right, and that is 100% right. You learn more from a loss than a win, because with a win you're celebrating. But when you lose, you have to go back and you have to be introspective about it and retrospect on it and like, okay, what could we have done better? How can we adjust? It's like the talk after a team loses a game and things like that. When you win, you're all cheery and you think you're on top of the world, but then when you lose, you have to go and figure it out, right? So exactly. So thank you so much. All right. So, and one more thing. Talking about the mobile development, I was so like, oh my God, I don't even know how to explain this, right? So for those who aren't too familiar with it, in the mornings in the Coffee and Cotta show, we do our mobile development with Flutter. And we started that in the beginning of the year. I quickly ramped up on, I think it was like February-ish. And I figured out how to, connect to the Apple, become an Apple developer, become a Google developer, put a app in test mode and all that good stuff, right? But when I first put the ads on it, it kept on crashing, right? So throughout the whole like since like February-ish, we've been working on it, making enhancements, getting some feedback, all that good stuff. And I left fixing the ads for last. So yesterday, after I posted a community tab post about like getting pretty much everything to work. I'm like, okay, now let me see if I can tackle the ads. Like it was a hot mess getting these ads to work right, because I started to uncomment the code that I commented out for the ads, and then like I tried to run it, and then the app started crashing right away, over and over. And this time, because it never used to crash in the emulator, right? But it kept on crashing now, even in the emulator. I'm like, okay, what's going on? So now I start upgrading stuff, doing all this stuff, and now the whole app doesn't want to work. So, and this is the last night, like late, tired, and everything like that. Not working. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go to sleep because I have to wake up early for the jiu-jitsu class. I wake up early, right? And I wake up early, like around 4:30-ish a.m. I'm like, all right, do my quick workout, go to the sauna, and like, so when I'm in the sauna, it's like one of those portable saunas. I'm working while in the sauna, and I'm like trying to fix it, and it's not working. It's like it's getting worse and worse. I'm like, oh my God, I just broke the whole app. What's going on? So now I'm driving to jiu-jitsu. I have the laptop next to me, like when I'm under a red light, trying to this is like at 6 o'clock in the morning, right? Trying to fix this thing. It is like not working. Oh my God. Get back home. And I'm like, all right, trying to get this thing to work. And it's just getting worse. It's like, oh my God. I'm like, nothing is working, right? Every time I try to run it, error, error, error. I don't know. So me being like, used to be in tech support a long time ago, we still do tech support all the time, but used to be in tech support, the QA, like doing QA, and I have like this OCD when things don't work where I'm like, I can't focus on something else until I get it to like a decent spot again, right? So, long story short, I say, you know what? Let me try this. Let me create a new project and copy just the code that should work, right? And I do that, and the app starts working on the emulator again. I'm like, okay, cool. So then I add just part of the code, not even the code, like just the dependency for the ads. The whole thing stops working again. I'm like, oh my goodness. So I'm like, you know what? I restart the whole computer, and now at least the app is starting, right? At least the app is starting, right? But now, so I'm back to the error where it's crashing. I'm like, okay, cool. Let me go methodically, step by step, step by step. Cool. You're not like your car. You're gonna laugh at this, right? So, and I'm gonna show this on Monday morning. But what happened was, I said, I was like, if you saw the tabs that I had open trying to figure out what was going on, there was this one thing in the where you put in like your ad ID and stuff like that. It was in the middle of I mean, how to explain it. Like inside this XML file, it's in the middle. I just moved it like 3 lines down to the bottom. I moved it 3 lines down to the bottom, right? The whole block, 3 lines down to the bottom. Everything's working, at least on the emulator now. I need to check it on the actual device, but I'm like, are you telling me this whole nightmare, and I just had to move this thing 3 lines down, and everything is I was like, it was absolutely crazy. Like since yesterday, I'm like fighting with this. I'm like, I can't work on anything else, So like even during swim day today, right? I'm like thinking about it. I'm like, why is this thing not working? And like when we went on break, like on our lunch break, I'm like working on the on my laptop, like fighting it, and then I'm like at around 5:30 ish, around 5:30, because I had a call at 6, and I'm like, what if I move this right here? And all of a sudden, I'm like, you son of a. Anyways, that was my story for today and yesterday, and yeah. Anyways, let me get to the chat real quick, get some housekeeping out of the way, and then we are going to get to work. So we got in the building, we got my VP. Took off the blazer, loosened up the tie. Superman is alive. We got my guy, Mitch, in the building. What's going on, Mitch? How are you doing today? Always happy to have you here. And Mitch also said they want your boy back in the old role. They said the new people good, but not you. I said, what you expect? I'm Superman. I said, it's my fault for making it look easy. Hey, see, that's what always gets us, because it's like we make it look so easy, and it's like, oh, Mitch can do it. Oh, that's nothing, and they start saying, oh, can you do this for me? Can you do that for me? And now you're like, oh my goodness, and your car hit it right on. Like it was something like that. It was, I think it was a bad module when everything started going haywire, but overall it was just like, hey, just move this 1 line, 3 lines down, and everything will be fine. I'm like, this is nonsense. And your car is like, the feeling, because your car is deep into tech as well. Like your car does everything. Just to let you guys know, he does everything. But it was a mess. It was a mess. All right. Let me get some housekeeping out of the way real quick, because we have some congratulations and celebrations to give real quick. So we are gonna go like this: celebrations and requests. So I want to say congratulations to my tech barber. And I was just talking, like, Bridget, who gave me you've seen her in the chat every once in a while, gave me the idea for GraphQL. But last time we were on a call, I said, you know what? Because since we started the goal was to like learn how to test and automate mobile, right? So and using Appium and she's using C sharp. So last time, I'm like, just forget everything, just automate something with Appium, get it to start up, all that good stuff. So today, she pulls up on me, right? And you using SpecFlow, it's kind of like Cucumber. She automates opening up the emulator and running her test, and it opens up the app and types in some stuff, and that's all I said. Like, just get something to work, and then you're gonna build upon that. So shout out to my tech barbarian Bridget for all the amazing work. And I want to say another shout out to my other tech barbarian, T. So you guys have seen the app that we're building, the Poopy Pants app. It circulates in the chat, all that good stuff. And she wanted to say, all right, I need to learn automation. I need to learn Python, learning APIs. So she's like, you know what? I'm going to take upon automating the last story that we worked on, and trial and error, and until he's like, how about this? I'm like, that's good, but look at this part right here and make this small modification, install this package, and then boom. So persistence. And that's what I tell you guys, like, hey, you guys gotta do something. Because if you're just gonna sit around and read books all day long and never actually put practical application, then it's gonna be so hard for you to get to where you say you want to be. The knowledge is important, but experience is key. All right, experience is key. All right, so shout out to Tech Barbarian T. You are absolutely awesome. And the last thing that we are going to take care of is, I had a request from one of the Patreon members. They said, hey, I need to figure out the page object model. I need to get more practice in it. And you had a stream on it back in sometime last year, or maybe it was earlier this year. I don't know. Can you find part 3 from? Like, yeah, sure. And then they said, do you have, like, did you push up the repo by any chance? And I'm like, I don't think I did, but we can. So we're gonna take care of that first. We're gonna take care of that first, and then we're gonna be able to get to work, right? So let me see where there it goes right there. So we did some work on the Lego site back then. Let's go over to, let me get this off the screen for now. So we can go over to here. So this is the work that we did a few months ago. I don't even know when, but we are going to push that up to GitHub. We are going to add all this stuff. And I tell you, Git is super, super important for you guys to learn because you're going to be using it all the time. So we're going to say git add and dot for everything, git status, and git commit M for message. And we're going to say push up the Cypress page object model code for good guy. You guys remember good guy, right? You guys remember good guy?
Good guy.
All right. So we're going to push that up. And do I don't know if I have it in a good repo. Let me see. Git push. Nope, no git push yet. So we are going to have to go over to GitHub. So look at that. A pre-software expiration, right? We have a prequel. So let me go to my GitHub. We're going to create, and you're going to follow me along as we create this. Let me see. Where should I do this? New. Cool. We're going to go here. you see it? All right, cool. Let me see. There we go. So we're gonna call this one. I guess we should call this TCR dash Cypress dash software exploration. I think this was more of me exploring Cypress, but we ended up doing the page object model on it anyways. But yeah, there we go. So, and we are not gonna. This one could be public. You guys can have it. This is just we're just coding through what you call it, Lego, the Lego site, right? Lego, not Legos. I was in a chat one time and I was kindly corrected, saying it's Lego, not Legos. I mean, what do I know about this stuff, right? What do I know? All right, so we don't need a description. We're just going to create this repository. And we are going to say push an existing repo. We're going to copy this right here. And we're going to go, and you see the command, so I'm just going to go back over here, and we're going to go paste that right here, get remote add origin, enter, and then I'm going to say get branch -m main and get push -u origin main. Boom. There you go, good guy. Your repo is served. And yeah, I'll drop a link to you for it. And you know what? If anyone else wants it, right? If anyone else wants it, I'm gonna drop it in the chat for you if you wanna, it's pretty basic, pretty minimal, but we did do some of the page object model on it. Good stuff. So, feel free to have at it. And hopefully it helps. All right. Hopefully it helps. Boom. There you go. Right. So housekeeping is taken care of. All right. So let's go back to full. And now we're gonna be able to get into our show. Now that we took care of housekeeping, let's take a look at the chat real quick. So Ferris says everyone in the chat have been a decade tech experience. I know I have almost about 2 decades of experience. I'm pretty sure your car has a good amount of experience. Mitch, how long have you been in data? And answer the question too, Ferris. How long have you been in cyber? See? We're all connected. We're all connected. And your car says BDD testing. Yep. We use at my company we use Python Behave, which I always liked BDD, but it's just so hard to get developers to get on board to it, because it's a whole mindset shift. So, and let's see. Yep. All right, cool. We are good to go. Your car, 11 years, right? Love it. All right. So, got my tech barbarian in the building. Where it says, I'm officially only 3-ish years in tech, but you carry yourself as a 5-year in tech, all right? And Ferris says 1.5 years in tech and growing. But I'll tell you this, I get a lot of my cybersecurity information from Ferris, so you guys look out. He's coming. All right. So Ferris says I ain't seasoned. Well, just throw some lorries on it, right? All right. But you're getting there. Come on. You are more seasoned than somebody who hasn't started yet. And I'm sure that there is valuable information that you're going to be able to share, especially how you got educated, all that good stuff. So, you're good. You are good. All right, let's get to work. Enough fun and games. Let's get to work. Okay. So let's get to, we're going to have to start up actually, do we need it? I don't think we need it this time. We are going to, I'm going to close out WebStorm. And we're going to put open IntelliJ, one of my favorite applications. And I don't even get to code in Java as much as I used to nowadays. So IntelliJ, and I'm going to pull that onto the other screen. And we're going to get to coding. And Bridget, you'll see some similarities with C# and Java. Because they're related, right? They're related, they might be like step cousins or something like that, but they're still related. All right. So we're here, and we are going to be using, the HTTP bin. So I set some new things up. We're gonna see how that works. My eCam skills are getting so much better because I pretty much migrated most of the things that I used to do with OBS to eCam. Took some maneuvering, but we're here. We are here, and I like it better, right? I like it better. So let's give it a try. Let's put our 20-minute timer up, see if it works.
Let's go! Let's
You see, we're getting there. We are getting there, right? So we are going to go to HTTP bin. So I'm going to show you what HTTP bin is again. We're going to go here and we're going to say HTTP bin.org. And what HTTP bin is just a simple application, which they do have a Docker image if you wanted to run it locally, but it's just a simple application where whatever you send, you're going to get back. Right? We've tried it out a few times on the site. Very, very simple. And if you watch the API documentation video from yesterday, I use HTTP bin as an example of Swagger documentation. If we look at the source code real quick, you shall see where it talks about Swagger UI CSS. There's a bunch of IDs and stuff like that for IDs for Swagger, class Swagger UI, a bunch of Swagger stuff, right? So a good chunk of documentation for API, it uses open API and Swagger documentation stuff to do it, stuff like that, which we will be implementing on a live stream at some point. But we're good. So we're going to be using this, and now we can go and look at our code, which we put comments in of what we're going to do this live stream, right? So talk about being prepared. All right. So here we are. So when we left off the other day, so this one was running with which we will start. I guess we could start. It doesn't really take much to start it, but and we'll run it. So this is the using the JSON server, where it's kind of basic. I wish I could do a little bit more with it. Maybe we'll try to add documentation to it. I don't know. But that's what it is, right? So let's go ahead and start. Let's start it. So I will pull up a terminal and I'll put it here for you to see. And I'm going to start it by going to cd WebStorm and JSON server. And to start it up, we're going to say npx JSON server space db.json. And it's going to start up. Boom, it started up, right? So thank you for your service. You can go now. Thank you, terminal. You can go. And now we are going to, let's just run it. I always like to run it, get that quick, immediate win, get out of the way. And now we are good to go. Okay. So let's give it a run. And we got our first win. You see, and that's why I tell you guys, start off with something small. And then once you get something small passing, you get a little green check mark, you build upon it. Even if there's nothing there, like as long as you get something, like what if you were to just write assert true equals true or true equals true, and you get that to pass, you just wrote some code. It might not mean much, but it's some code. It's more code than you've ever written in your life before. So get something to work and then build upon it, right? Build upon it. Test-driven development. I'm a favor of test-driven development. I'm still getting better at it, but like with the app that we're building, I use test-driven development to implement our last story, and I'm going to use it again for this next story that I'm working on. All right. So we got this. We got a quick win. Good to go. We also said we wanted to do a post to a new comment. So we're not even ready for HTTP bin yet. So we're going to say, all right, let me minimize this for now so we can see what we're doing. And we are going to take, let's copy this. So we're using rest assured. And we're using test ng. That's why we have the test annotation. And we're just gonna go here. We're gonna create a new test. And we're gonna say public void, where void is the void method, because it's not gonna return anything. And we're going to say add, or let's say, I guess we'll use post new comment. And then we're gonna say here. And now we are going to say, see, I don't understand why last time it wouldn't let me put this outside, right? It wouldn't let me put it outside because I want this to be across enemy lines, but it might have to be, I don't know. Why not? Unknown class. That is so weird. Usually I'm able, I don't know, maybe it's something that changed with Python, or maybe I'm doing something wrong because I haven't used Python. I haven't used Java in so long, but usually I would just be able to put it right out there. I don't know, I have to look into that. Anyways, but we're still good. So we're gonna say validatable response, and we're gonna say post new comment response, and we're gonna say equals given. And we're gonna next line when, and we're going to say so we're gonna need a body though for this. So all right, so we'll do this. We'll say when post, and we're gonna say comments, and we're gonna go then, right? But we're going to need a request body. So let's do, this is a lot easier to do in Python than it is in Java. So let's do some research real quick, right? Because I don't, like I said, I don't memorize this stuff. I look it up as needed, because if I had to memorize every single line of code that I need to write, I'm an engineer, not a code rememberer, right? So you see all my searches for Flutter today. All right. We're gonna look for let's see, Java JSON request body. Let's do that. I usually post using JSON in Java. Let me see. Do we have anything good like this? See, this is oh. Good. All right, this is the one that we used to use. I used to use this. We could use this actually. Let me see. Yeah, I used to use this one. All right, so let's go with this. Let me copy this. We might need to import something, but all right, got what I'm looking for. Hopefully it works. So I'm gonna need to import something at some point. Let's go to, all right, so we're gonna go back now to MVN repository. And we're gonna go to, let's go JSON object. Maybe that's not the right one. Let me see if I can find which package I use. I'm using JSON-Java to build my JSON object. Let's see if there's JSON. I don't know that. Let me see. Trying to find JSON in Java. This one could work. I've also used JSON before. JSON simple. Let's try this one, I guess. Let's see. Let's try this one. So I'm gonna copy this, but let me tell you this. This is how you learn, right? This is exactly how I learned to do this stuff. A bunch of research, a bunch of trial and error, and we figured it out. I remember I'm good at searching for stuff. Remembering exactly how I did it, not my forte, because this right here was like 8 years ago that I built it into frameworks, and I can just call upon it. So bear with me, all right? Bear with me, all right? We're gonna take this and we're gonna go into our POM file for Maven. And we're going to just drop this dependency in here like it's hot. Okay. So we have that dependency and we are going to, let's see, I'm going to refresh our Maven. And let's see, is it going to find it? Yes, it did. So now we're going to go into here and let's see, is it for it? Yeah. Boom, look at that. Look at that. See? Look at that. So now it couldn't find it, but now after we imported it to Maven, now it's like, hey, I'm here. I am here. No worries, you all right, cool. So now that we got this, we are going to do so comments. Let's see from the last run. I mean, the reason that I'm not crazy about this, what do you call it? The reason I'm not crazy about this JSON server thing is that I have to see if I can get some type of validation on it because I would want to get errors, but it takes anything. It takes anything, all right? So anyhow, we're gonna go and we're gonna say ID, and that's gonna be let's go with 2, right? And then oh, this is weird. All right, let's get some documentation on this because this doesn't. Let me see something. What are my options? I guess put. Okay, I think I remember now. So let's go here, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna say JSON put JSON dot put, and we're gonna say body, and we're gonna say some comment 2, and we're gonna do JSON put, and we're gonna say post ID. I guess that's gonna be 2 as well, or without the. So now I'm gonna comment this out just for now, right? Because I just want to see what this is gonna print out for me. So we're gonna comment that out, and we're gonna say SOUT, the shortcut for system out print. We're gonna say JSON. Oops, JSON. Get my keys right. You can do. I could do string. Oh, okay, interesting. Oh, okay. That's right. I probably could just write the whole. I could probably just write the whole object, JSON object, right? All right. Let's see how this. What's giving me an error? Okay, this one stays in. And if we were to just run this one and see what we get, if it gives us the right JSON, then we're good to go. Cool. Yeah, that works. That's what we want, right? ID, post ID. Cool. So that works. Bit annoying to write it that way, which if we could just do it as a string, that'd be a lot more friendly. But it is what it is. There's different ways to do it. So we're gonna go here and we're gonna say when. What do we put into when? We're gonna say, oops, I want to do when. Let me see. Body is JSON, maybe. Then post. Then, let me see. Let's see. Who do I have up here? Okay, cool. Well, we're figuring it out. We are figuring it out. So we got that. And now if we continue, we're going to say, all right, let me hide this for now so we can have a better view so I can look up. So we're going to say, not post, we're going to say, oh yeah, post new comment response. And we're going to steal from up here. We're going to say, actually, I'm not even sure what we're going to get back yet. So what we're going to do, we are going to we're going to say, now I'm doing Python. We're going to say this, and we're going to say, we want to print this out. And if we go in here, we're going to say post new comment and paste that. And now we should get pretty much what the response is, and then we can add our validation, right? We can add our validation. That's my mindset when I'm like, this is how I think at work. I'm like, okay, let me print something out, and then now let me add my validation to it. Is it the best way to do it? Maybe, maybe not. But at the end of the day, like I said, engineer to win, we are all about the results. And your card says you should always do a status. Yes, we should do a status code. That is correct. All right, so where did we? Ooh, cannot serialize because no JSON or serializer found in. What in the world are you talking about? So let's see what we do to string maybe. And yeah, we should definitely assert. I don't see, the thing is, I don't even know. I'm gonna print out the status code too because I'm not even sure what status. It's probably gonna give us a 200, but let's find out. Let's extract the status code. All right, let's run it again. See, this is why I like. I mean, I'm big into Java, but that's why I like doing Python though, because it is so easy to ramp something up with it. Very low barrier to entry. So, oh, cool, it worked. Like you could shout out to your car. Shout out to your car. He said, just do a string and boom. I just said to string and boom, it worked. All right. And like that's what I was expecting the 200 as well, but this is like I just found this I'll drop it in the chat as well. But I found this JSON server repository where because I just needed to start something up within that has like API calls, and so I don't know what they're going to return, and you could probably customize it to like return whatever you want it to return. But there we go. So now that we have that, we are going to go to our assertions. So let me just steal one of these. I'm just going to steal one of these, and then we're going to build upon it. So assert that. Well, let's start off with this one. I'll just copy these. So now we're going to say this is going to be here. And I'll comment these out for now. And typically what I would do is as I'm figuring out the API, I might go line by line depending on how fast it goes. But because we've already done this last week and now we're just doing it for the post, we can like just do it all in one shot. So post new comment. It's going to be JSON, the content type, and we are going to say uncomment this one, and it's going to also be post new comment. And there's not going to be a list because it's just the response of what is being posted. All right. So we're going to say ID, and that's going to be 2. And then we're going to say another one. We're going to say post ID, and that's going to be 2 without the as a integer and not as a string. And then the last one is going to be the body with this. Oops. That's going to be a string like that. All right. So now we can get rid of this. We can get rid of all of these right here. And we can even get rid of this one up here. All right. And now when we run it again, Is it going to work? Let's find out. Let's find out. And it sure did. We have another test. However, here's an issue that we're going to run into because we cannot have this right here. Because in a true API, we're going to have some type of validation errors over here or over here because
lunch break.
it worked. It worked. Look at that. My eCam automation skills are on point. All right. So it's break time. When we get back, we will go ahead and we'll finish this. We'll add one. We'll just copy this whole thing, add one for patch, add one for put, and then we're going to get into some error validation. So let's go to full screen. All right. How is that? You guys having some fun with this API testing? All right. It looks like a lot of code, but it's not. Like once you get started, it's all good. All right. So I'm going to read the chat, but I have something to talk about first during our break. Okay. So first topic of discussion on the break. Scammers always ask for receipts, guys. Always ask for receipts. And what do I mean by that? So let's start off sharing this article that we spoke about yesterday. Okay. So if we go over to this news article from LinkedIn, right? We go over to here. Right. So this was scammers target young job seekers. So scammers' latest target. I didn't even start. You know what? This might take us some time. I'll start it off after we read this, right? Scammers' latest target, new college grads on the job hunt. Bad actors name drop a professor the student knows. The Wall Street Journal reports claiming the teacher recommended them for a certain job, getting the student to apply and then stealing their identity or bank information. The Federal Trade Commission says the overall number of job recruiting scams peaked last summer and stayed high since. Recent college grads are particularly vulnerable because they have so much information online and little experience with the hiring process, FTC officials and career counselors say. Requests to do an interview only via text, email, or online chat should raise red flags for job seekers, says one expert cited by the journal. The FTC also suggests students consult a parent or other trusted figure about any communications or offers they receive. Right. So that being said, I've had a few people that I know, like personally, who have been reached out to and stuff like that, and like they go through the process, and it turns out like it's kind of shady. It's an actual scam. Like they actually sent one of my friends a fake check, and so I'm like, what is this? Like this is nonsense, right? So let's put up our timer for our break time. And when I say so this goes even beyond, right? Always ask for receipts, which Mitch might know what I'm talking about here. But me, I stay in my lane. I talk about tech and I focus on the actual work of tech and not about like all this. What's the word I'm looking for? All this, hype and stuff. Because contrary to what all of these tech, hate to say it, right? I hate to say it. To all these tech influencers say, where they're like, oh, you can go from making this much money to that much money in 3-6 months, whatever. And when it's like huge. And I'm like, I need to see, I need to see W-2s or 1099s or something, because are you really working like 5 jobs? And you're seeing it pop up all over the place, and it's like they're marketing to a particular demographic, and then at the end they're like, oh yeah, but by the way, if you want to get to making $1 million a year, then go take this 3-week boot camp or certification, and you're good to go, right? Being in QA, I am very, very skeptical of everything. So when I'm told that, hey, you're gonna be able to do this thing that seems pretty much impossible, I'm like, hey, all right, are you serious? Like, show me some receipts. Show me some receipts. So that is my recommendation to you. Ask for receipts. Ask for proof. Don't believe everything you see or hear or watch. Especially when they want you to spend the bag to get it. Do they show you how they do it? Like demo, like you see here, like everything we ever do here, we're working, building skills, building confidence, building knowledge, Terraform, automation, Flutter, mobile development, looking at numbers. And when we bring people up, we're talking about how to get into it, how to do it, things like that. When we did our first cybersecurity week, we jumped into like setting up Grafana and stuff like that, and looking at with socks, looking at a catch a flag, trying to figure that out. Not easy stuff. So when they say, "Oh, tech is so easy," it's not easy. It's a lot of work. Sometimes you're gonna be on call, getting a call at 2:00 in the morning, where things are on fire, and it's on you that night to figure it out. So I'm just gonna say, ask for the receipts, all right? And one last thing. On this channel, the most popular video on this channel is the I am engineer role. And I think I put a salary of like $163,000 a year on it, right? And the funny thing about that is that it has the most views, and it does pay well, but that role has so much responsibility, right? So think about it, right? So let's go to the chat now. Address the chat and we'll get back to work, okay? We'll get back to work. So, we got, all right, let's see what's going on. We got my guy in the building. So Darcel is here. Darcel says, good evening, fam. Shout out to you, Darcel. Welcome. How are you doing? And to everybody, remember,
I appreciate you.
I do. I really do appreciate you guys. And your card says we should also use status codes, facts. All right, let's go. I'm good too. Why would you leave it? All right, so let's see. Mitch says, I'm tired of this. I get no respect. No, you get a lot of respect, Mitch. You get a lot of respect, all right? And it says, I respect you. Ralph may disrespect you, but it's out of love. That's a fact, right? And hey, Darcel, remember, I am Mitch's wingman, okay? I am his wingman. So we shoot from 35 feet, all right? And let's see where we're going. Your car says, I got a fake check from a Nigerian king who needed my help accessing his money. All I needed to do was send him $50. Hey, they fall for it. And it says, cite your sources. And Ferris says, my friend was telling me earlier today how someone trying to sell the dream and courses, especially in cybersecurity, they told her she can do a course on Coursera and get 6-figure job. And here's the thing. I'm not saying that you're not going to get a 6-figure job, but it's most likely not going to be in 6 weeks. I was hearing a story the other day where someone is like, oh, I was making very little money and then I quit. And after taking this course, 3 months later, I don't know, whatever. Anyways, I'm just saying. And Fair says, to be fair, the government just released that they're lowering the bar by not needing a degree for tech sector, you know. But 6 figures, nah, now with zero experience, okay? And this is gonna be good. I can already see it. Government always been like that, though. Honestly, never really needed a degree. And guess what? But don't get me wrong. I'm not saying a degree is everything. A degree is helpful. I always say combine stuff, right? So like, if you can get your degree, perfect. But it's not enough because a lot of people who graduate, they don't know much in development and software engineering and stuff like that. They have the concepts, but not the actual practical implementation. So you might have like a lot of people who come into QA, like straight out of college, you might have a computer science degree. They don't know anything about QA. I'm like, a Udemy course might be really helpful to ramp up in QA, and it's also going to make you a better developer as well, right? That's one thing. Use the different resources, but for me to say, okay, you're like you just graduated college, or you just took a boot camp, and now you expect to make like 100K as a manual QA tester, like give me a break here. Give me a break.
I appreciate you.
Shout out to Justin Mendez. Welcome. And, you know, so it's just like being strategic, you know, and Mitch Ferris has a good point. The governments don't pay that much compared to private sector. And typically, if you have higher education, certs, boot camps, you can get into a higher position, which matters. That is a fact. That the more you put on it, the better opportunity you're going to have. And overall on the topic, if someone words and actions don't match, they capping. And I can't agree to disagree. I agree with you to an extent. You guys are too much. And I don't think Darcel was there when I was shooting my shot. That's fair. But I got your back. You know. Remember, Mitch. Always remember. Shake and bake. All right. Shake and bake. And that sounds like Ralph's hidden sources. And where is the QA boot camp? There are like 1,000 different QA boot camps. 1,000 QA boot camps. All right. And what's going on, Justin Mendez? So happy to have you part of the crew. Welcome. And all right, cool. So that is it. Maybe Ferris says maybe you'll do a boot camp. How about you don't and you say that you did, which is probably what most people do anyways. Did I say that out loud? I am sorry. I apologize. Let's strike that from the record. All right, strike that from the record. Okay. Anyways, let's get to it. Let's get back to work. All right, let's get to work. So we are going to jump back over to our IntelliJ, and we're gonna have some fun. But you know what? I get so into this sometimes, and then talking with you guys, hanging out, I forget. If you haven't done so already, do me a big favor. Go ahead and like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you can know when I go live, drop new content, all that good stuff, because it's for you. It's for you. Your card says you just started a channel. Bootcamp horror stories. Oh my God. Like, see, the problem with that though, the problem with bootcamp horror stories is that so many people that I talk to who have been to boot camps, it's almost like, I hate to say it, right? It's almost like a cult sometimes. Some people, they say, okay, this is like, they see the game that was being played, but some people, it's like, because it's like the more you spin on it, the harder it is to see that something isn't right. So, your card, like months ago, when I was talking about this, some boot camps, they'll tell you that you need to have almost 400 applications a month for the first 6 months, and then about 200 for the next 6 months in order to qualify for a refund. But also doing a search for that position and stuff like that. You know, there's a lot of remote positions, but it's hard to get remote. There were less positions available in general than the amount of applications you'd be putting in a month. So I don't know. It's let me stop. Let's get back to work. All right, let's get back to work because This is the type of stuff that it hurts my heart, kind of, right? If I had a heart, it would hurt it. But I might be a Tesla humanoid bot. So maybe. Anyways, let's get to work. Right? So we are here. So now we are going to do, we have 2 more to do and then we get to the errors, right? So actually, no. What I was saying, in a real environment, we wouldn't be able to do this because of, I'm going to show you actually, because I can speak about it, but if you actually see it, it'll make a lot more sense. So I'm going to use a really nifty Chrome plugin called Talend, and we're going to go to here and we're just going to go to comments, right? The get requests. And you're going to see the issue that we run into here. So you see this? We have ID2 and we have ID2. Any real API is not going to be possible because there needs to be a unique key to identify. So usually you do like a get by ID, something like that. So we're not going to be able to do something like this. So what I always like to do is I like to create dynamic. Let's call it random. I like to create like random test data in a way, like unique. Let's call it unique test data. So what we're going to do is we are going to actually use the current date and time in order to create the ID, right? You could use a UUID. I'm not familiar yet with creating UUID, so we're just going to do we're going to use date and time, right? So we're going to say Java date time. We're going to say how we pull that in. Let's go to W3 schools. That's a good one. And we're going to go to, let's go with, let's see. I guess we could do that one. Yeah, that's good. Let's do this. So we're going to import that. I'm going to copy this and then I'm going to do it like this, and then we're going to have to format it. So I'll just be doing it over here, but this is how I search for stuff, right? That's how I search for stuff. So we're going to go into, I don't understand why it's not letting me do it from the outside yet, but we're going to put this here, and we're going to say here, we're going to import our class, and then we're going to go to formatting it. So let's say this is going to be unique. So I like to name my variables to be very easy to understand. So let's say unique ID for comment, right? You can use it for anything, but right now, because we're in the comment spot, we're going to put it here. And we're going to go to, but we're going to go to, let's see, formatting. All right, cool. So now we're going to take this one for the date formatter, which you can't see it, but I'll show it to you. Oh, I didn't even see. This is my problem. I forgot to start my timer.
Let's go!
Timer started. Sorry. Everything is a different setup now. Bear with me. Good guy, if you're in the chat, please forgive me for not getting the timer started because I'm still getting used to this new setup. Okay. Anyhow, so we're here. We're gonna copy the date time formatter, and you see how we're gonna import the date time formatter. And that's why I love IntelliJ. It helps you a lot with this stuff, right? And we're going to pass this format into the as the ID. Okay, so let's go over here, and we're gonna go here, and we're gonna say the date time formatter, and we're gonna say format date for ID. Okay, and we're gonna say import this class. And now we're going to say, I like to go like this, right? Year. And we're going to go month, day. And let's get rid of this. And then I like to do hour, minute, second. All right. So that's how I normally do a unique thing. Because every time it runs, it's going to take the current year, month, day, hour, minute, second, and we're gonna use that, right? So now we're gonna take this over here, and we're going to pass it in here as string, maybe? I might be doubling it if I do that. Okay, so now, and we're gonna say here, we're gonna take this one as a integer and pass it here. Ooh, what's going on here? Why don't you like that? Oh, no. Wait just a minute. I messed something up. Hold on. We are gonna, okay, there we go. So we're going to say, actually, moving too fast for my own good. Moving too fast for my own good. So we're gonna say, let me see, scrolling a bit. We're going to say, all right, so let's say, there we go, string, and we're going to put it as formatted formatted date for unique ID, and we're going to say that's going to be format date for ID dot format, and then we're going to pass in the unique ID for comment. Yeah, sure. That's good enough. Now I can take this because it's already going to be a string, so I can pass it into here. But on this one, we are going to have to say integer, convert it to an integer. Oh, come on. And copy that, paste it in here. What? Introduce local variable? What are you talking about? Let me see. Why aren't you working as an integer? I'm gonna get it. All right, we're gonna figure it out. So so this is good. And what we can do in here as well is do a plus. Oops. Boom. But here, I want this to be an integer. So how do we just be? Oh, let me see something. Let me see something. So if we do int 2, see, my Java skills are shot. I need to work on more Java because I don't remember how to do this. So integer to I think it's like that. And then we're gonna do, I think it's like that, right? Formatted date unique ID. I think that's what it is, right? So now when we run it, we should see. Oh, shoot. We're going to get a failure because I am dumb. And Java number format exception for input integer string. So it is failing here. All right. So let's do a quick search. We're going to look for Java convert. Maybe that number is too big to be an integer. Try the date value equals date get time. The date value equals get time. So I got the time working. I think this number might be too big though. Let me see. What is the number format exception for input? So convert integer to string. Nope. Convert string to integer Java. That's what I want. And it's going to be, I think it's a parse. We can, all right, it's parse int. That's what it is. It's been too long. It's been too long, Java. It's been too long. So let's try that. But my other fear is that the, see, there we go. My other fear is that, parse, is that the number might be too big for integer. Let's try that real quick. Let's try that real quick. Because that is a pretty big number. Did you run? All right, there we go. Let's see. Might have to do it as a long. For input, Java number format exception. I think it might be too long to be let's see. What is the, let me just do a quick search. What is the maximum for an integer Java? Let's do a quick comparison real quick. I'm just gonna go boom. Oh yeah, this is way too long. Oh yeah. So yeah. All right. So we know what the problem is. Let's do let's convert it to a long. I think a long should be good. Long dot maybe it's that. Let's say convert string to long Java. See what that's going to give us. String to long in Java. That's going to be a long parse long. I think that should do it. All right, let's try that. Let's try that. And then we can move on with our lives. Son of a... okay. So it failed because we did not update. So the long actually worked. It got all the way down over here, but because we did not update our assertions, what's going on with this stuff? All right, so the thing is acting up with me. All right, cool. I got you. So we are going to, let me see what's going on here. Give me a second here. How's my, it's all right, actually. Let me see if I can restart this. Plug it back in. Might have to switch this controller to a Stream Deck or something. Anyways, let's go to, let's see. That's technical difficulties. There we go. Cool. All right. So now we are going to update. We're going to update here with this right here. And we're going to go to here as, this is already a string. And then we're going to go here as a your card. Do you know if it would get, if it would put it in like this format with just that? And is it going to give you the actual date? Because what I think the get time does is like it gives you like the time, but the reason I like to add the date, the whole date to it too, is because that will always be unique. Like it's not likely that you're gonna have a test run at the same exact time. Kind of, it could happen, but the same exact time down to the second. But it's happened to me in the past sometimes, so that's why I always like to add the whole update to it. But I'm just wondering, like, if you just use get time, what format it's going to be in and stuff like that. But yeah, like, I mean, there's so many different ways to do it. That's the amazing thing about software software engineering is like there's so many ways to do it, and like you see your car with like these amazing suggestions, and you see me like I'm just like, we can do this, we can do that, and at the end of the day, if it works, it works, and you can always like also part of test driven development, you get it to work, and then you go back and you like test driven development, you write the test, you get it to fail, then you write the code to get it to work, and then you go back and you refactor. A lot of people leave out the refactor part, but the refactor is super, super important because it's what's going to get you to have clean code, right? And there's so many different refactoring opportunities here as well, Yep, you're totally right. Your car's totally right. All right, so now if we run this should pass for us. All right, this should pass. So we are here and we have a pass. We have a pass. Yes, we have a pass. So now, let's say we were to run the whole entire suite now. Let's say we just run both. We should pass because the first one is just testing that, and then boom, 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 and we have all of these tests. So now we have a unique one here, a unique one here, unique one here. This one is not so good, right? Because this is not unique. So there we go. Does it? Oh, really? Oh, I didn't know that. It's yeah. Because like you'll Google something and then it'll like, oh, you can use this one, you can use that one, you can use that one. But yeah, like that, I didn't know that. That's awesome. I'm gonna try that out. But we got to keep going because it's already not. See, your car is all the way on the West Coast, so it's like only 6 for him right now, so he can go like he works ferociously. But it's getting late over here. And here's the thing, right? I haven't eaten all day because I was consumed by this Flutter thing, which was only moving a line three lines down, right? So we're gonna keep going. But you guys, take heed to everything that your car is saying in the chat because he's totally right? And that's why I like to work with your car because I learn a lot from him too, and we just add so much value to each other. So, all right, so get some water though. And you see with test and G, we have the get all comments, we have the post new comment. We don't even have anything printing out for that, but we know it's passing. If it was to fail, we'd get a failure. So now let's quickly jump over to the patch, right? Patch is different than put. See, I'm gonna get this confused. I know I spoke about it in the API video. Patch is going to update part of something, while put is going to update the whole entire thing. If I'm wrong, somebody correct me, but I think that's the order it is. If it's not that, it's the other way around, right? But in an essence for time tonight, because I do want to get to in our next break. I mean, after our next break, I do want to get into the errors, right? And the authentication, it's cool. But the errors are going to be pretty good because we also need to validate errors, and that's what we're going to use HTTP bin for. I'm talking fast because I'm tired from a long Scrum day, and I'm getting hungry. But I figured if Ferris is fasting this week, I could fast on coffee and water for the day, right? So, and which I fast for majority of the day anyway. So, all right, I'm talking too much. All right, let's go. So we're gonna copy this whole thing right here, and boom, and we're gonna go to boom right here, and we're gonna say we're gonna have to change the method name because we're gonna say update existing comment. And what we're gonna be a little bit of a jam here because I wanted to update the second one, but both of them have 2. So I don't know what's gonna happen with that. So actually what we're gonna do, we have to look at the documentation real quick to see how does the put work because we have 2 with the same ID, right? So let's go take a quick look at documentation. And we have, you see, this is the issue we're going to run into because it might update both. And this is the problem with this JSON server is like there's no like real validation. So it allowed us to have two of the same IDs. However, I do have something that we can do. We can just edit the db.json file. Let's just go for it. So we're gonna go to good because we're gonna change that ID. Figure it out. We'll figure it out. So we are going to say we're going to change we're gonna do this, right? We're going to not use this. We're gonna have one that is already set in here, right? So we're going to use 2. So I'm gonna comment this out for now because I might need it again, but I'm gonna comment this out. Or no, actually no, this is what I'm gonna do. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do it like this, right? Being creative. So we're gonna take this and we're gonna say 2, and we're gonna say here updated or put updated or what are we doing? This is update existing comment. I'll say patch. So update part of existing comment. Whatever. I don't know. Whatever. Ignore me. All right. Ignore me. So put updated at, and we're just gonna add here. And I'm just gonna keep 2 here. And now when we do our validation, we're gonna copy this right here. And actually, we don't even need this right here, right? Because the put, it should only update part of it. So if we take this out, we do this, and we go to, I don't even know what the response is gonna be. We shall find out, but we're gonna go with, it's gonna be 2 or 2 as a string. And then this is going to be 2 right here. And now here is going to be this. We see how I came up with this on the spot, right? Like, trust me. Oh my God. I'm sorry. I wasn't even showing the screen. So I'll walk you through it real quick, right? What I was doing was I said I'm gonna update number 2, right? Timer's about to go off, but we'll finish this up and then we'll go to break.
Lunch break. Lunch break.
So this is 2. We're gonna update number 2, and what I did was I said on a put, right? If I remember correctly, on the put we're going to be we're doing patch, right? I keep getting them confused, right? So this is patch. On the patch, we're going to be updating part of it. So patch is like, think about it. A patch is like, let's say you have a flat tire and you patch it. So it's like you keep everything else, but you're patching just a part of it, right? So what we're going to do a patch, and we're going to say here is going to be a patch, but we're going to say we're going to be patching number 2, right? ID 2. And so now when we patch it, the ID should still be 2, the post ID should still be 2, and now the body is going to be updated to be some comment put updated or patch updated at right here at the time, right? So now I think we have everything. So JSON to string. So it's just going to be sending this body right here. But Everything else should stay the same. And that's what we're testing out over here. Everything else should stay the same, right? So we're going to run this. And then after it passes, knock on wood, we are going to go to break. So run. And I don't even know if the status code is going to be that. So whatever. And so it's 200. So like I said, I didn't know what the status code is going to be. So let's change that to 200. And we run that back up. Let's run it through here. I think it's going to work. I think it's going to work. And boom, there we go. There we go. We stay winning. And of course, if everything has to go wrong, the mouse dies. So we switch mice to the razor and we keep pushing, right? So we're good to go. So now let's just run everything real quick. Make sure everything still passes. And we shall move on to the next one. Now, my fear, though, is that both puts get updated. No, the second one didn't. Interesting. I only found the first one and updated that one. So I don't even know how we would target this one, but whatever. We shall continue. Actually, I do know how we're going to do it, right? We're going to do a put. We did the patch. You see how this stayed the same with the patch? We're going to target maybe updating. Maybe this one's going to get updated. And then this one will be available to get updated because it's no longer going to share the ID. All right. So anyways, that's what we're going to work on. We are going to break now. Whew. How you like that? I hope you guys are learning. Hope you guys are seeing my mindset, how I work. When I work, it's like full steam ahead. Car and I was talking the other day about the music that we listen to when we work. I listen to trap Florida music when I need to focus, or a podcast. The two kind of don't go together, but it's either a podcast or it's going to be like South Florida Trick Daddy music, and we go from there. That's just me. I'm crazy like that, but I get results. All right. So before we get into the chat, we are going to get into the next topic of discussion for our break, which is, what do I recommend to my tech barbarians, right? So what do I tell my tech barbarians to do? Which I'll share with you. I don't suggest it to them. I make them do this, which the example with Bridget, Tech Barbarian T, all of them, right? I say, get something to work. Stop talking about what you want to do, when you want to do it. The when is now. Simple as that, right? Let's start the timer. The when is now. Stop procrastinating. What I've had to do now is like, hey, all right, for our next meeting, I want you to come with this, because you got to put the pressure on. And I will put you on a PIP. If you're not doing, I told one of my tech barbarians, like, hey, we're going on a PIP, right? We're going on a PIP, and this is what I need you to do. And when I put you on a PIP, not a pimp, a PIP, performance improvement plan, it is not to get rid of you, because I'm not going to fire you, but it's for you to be focused and to get better. I want results. My time is important. Your time is important. Let's get results. And one of my tech barbarians, we went on a PIP, and now, like, when I get their daily Scrum updates, it's like, oh, I'm this far in the course. And we're moving forward. So, and believe it or not, your car can attest to this. We have seen moderators get put on PIPs, all right? We've seen moderators get put on PIPs as well, all right? So it happens. And I need to go into, like, after the show, I'm going to go in and add some more mods, because I'm getting more friends over here. So we'll take care of that, all right? So just get something to work. That is that's how I learn. I think when I had, which I have to schedule another one, it actually might be in 2 weeks. But when I had a QA meetup, and I was asking, like, all right, what style helps you learn the most? And everyone said, it's It's not like through reading books or watching videos. It's actually getting hands-on experience. So what I always say, like, build something for yourself. Find a site that interests you. If you're in automation, find a site that interests you and go ahead and like automate that. If you're a software engineer, build something that's going to help you. Like, just build something that's going to help you. And once you do that, you're going to start getting new ideas. You're going to say, oh, because a lot of times you just try to build random stuff. And that is part of the problem with the scammers, the no receipts, where they're telling you, hey, you're going to make this much money if you go ahead and you do this. And now you're chasing that money without any care for like the quality of work. And then that's why you can't get to it. See, I'm like, hey, go like build something that's going to interest you. So you can like, so me building the time cost calculator, I'm very invested in it because it's very important to me. And that's why I was frustrated the whole day because of 3 lines. All right. So that's that. All right. Anyways, that's what I tell my tech barbarians. Hopefully that helps you. Like, just build something. Okay. Just build something and build like get something to work and build upon that. All right. That's it. All right. So let's get that off the screen. And now my favorite part of the show, the comments. What do we have in the chat? So we have, yeah, so your car said it does show. I'm like, you learn something new every single day. And it says, I learned a lot from you, tech coach.
I appreciate you.
I appreciate that so much. And it says there should be a runtime exe for that. A runtime exec. And let's see what else we got. I think I missed some stuff back up here. Let's see. Cybersecurity. So, all right. So yeah, data automation analytics. Very talking data is so important. Like I tell you, I have the course for data engineering and machine learning and stuff like that. I just need to make some time to get to it. It's just hard. It's hard. Farrah said, I want a data science bootcamp if I had to do one. I'm gonna share you, like, I have a Udemy course, got it for like $20, but it is so good. Like, I got all the way to the part of like the machine, like I'm at the point of the machine learning. Probably have to go back and go over NumPy and like the PyPlot. That was driving me crazy. But I was pretty good with the NumPy and I forgot the name of the other one. Pandas. I was pretty good with pandas and I was pretty good with NumPy. But the plotting and stuff, that drove me crazy. And I just like didn't have any more time once I got to the scikit part. But I'm gonna do it, right? Just gotta make time for it. You gotta make time for what's important. And let's see, data automation analytics as well. Fun fact, I wanted to be a data analyst. After 300 applications, I gave up and got a cyber job instead. That is not a what's the word I'm looking for? That's not a bad a bad backup, you know, like cybersecurity is amazing and you can grow so much with it, you know, especially like if you get into coding as well. There's a lot you can do, you know, like just the work I do with Terraform, it's crazy. Let's see. Sorry. And let's go all the way down to better put on that Jay-Z. All right. I'm going to tell you this, Mitch. If I had to put on Jay-Z, it would be Big Pimpin' with Bun B and Pimp C, right? Because to me, that was my favorite Jay-Z song because it had so much Southern flavor in it, right? So much Southern flavor, right? Don't at me, all right? Don't at me. And Mitch says he's on a pip. Yep. Well, you know, not at this channel, but maybe at some other channels you might be. And your car is laughing at the moderators being placed on pips. Oh, it's too much. Panda. Yep. There you go. Panda. Exactly. Panda. And like that makes sense to me. It's just the pie plot. That's a hard one. That is a hard one. And it is, you definitely were never about that life. Sometimes, right? Sometimes. But I enjoy being the black sheep of the family. All right. So let's do one more segment and then we're gonna wrap it up. It's been a great, great night. Having so much fun with you guys. So much fun. Thank you guys so much for being here. I need a sip of water. And I'll tell you this. As an introvert, right? Very big introvert. I have been talking all day long. I've been talking all day long. It's crazy. It's crazy. So I am going to eat once I get off this call. And Mitch, one more thing, Mitch, you have to understand how far your influence goes. In my Slack group for my Tech Barbarians, Tech Barbarian T, she sent me a message. I know you and Mitch are against energy drinks, but I have to. I need it today because I'm so tired. And I told her, I'm like, look, I am not against energy drinks, but they are not good for you. I know that. And Mitch is totally against energy drinks. And I stopped drinking them because they're not good for you, but mostly because Mitch told me to stop and he would scold me if I kept drinking it. So, if you're going to have it once, cool. But in honor of Mitch, like I am dead serious. That really happened. So just know that your influence is amazing, and we appreciate you, Mitch, because I know it's not good for me, but I'm working on it. And you see, look at that. Ferris says he used to drink 3 monsters per day. So we're gonna have to go over to Ferris's channel, and when he's on stream drinking energy drinks, say, hey, it's not good for you, Ferris. It's not good for you. All right. And I have to read this one before I get back up. Your car says he quit, so we don't have to pay him unemployment. Times are hard out there. All right. Anyways, let's get back to it, because I can tell you guys, I can go all day talking nonsense with you guys in the chat. All right. So let's get to it. Let's get to our last segment, and I'm gonna remember to put the timer up this time.
Let's go!
All right. So let's see. We are doing our put, and then we're going to do our error handling, and then that'll be it. So, and we have 20 minutes, plenty of time. All right, plenty of time. I'm just gonna say 8 hours of sleep is a good alternative. What a jerk, right? What a jerk. Anyways, let's get to other screen, and we are here. So this is gonna follow the same exact format, actually, because before we even do that, I am going to update the name of, and here's a cool nifty little thing, which they probably have it in VS Code, but I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna rename this. I'm gonna rename the variable name to update part of comment. Yeah, now by doing that, it updates the whole thing, right? So I don't have to go line by line and have waste a bunch of time. The IDEs, especially IntelliJ, I just love JetBrains products. Like, I'm about to buy their suite. I got a justification to buy it because I want to use DataGrip for connecting to MongoDB. So I am going to make a business investment in the JetBrains suite for the year and get that. So anyways, but I just love all their products. They make everything so easy to use. And that's why you see me using WebStorm, using IntelliJ, using PyCharm, all those, and getting unlocking it, I'm going to get the like access to everything, right? So, you know, like Anton was talking about earlier today, right? Getting the Adobe suite if you're doing like certain type of things, like whether you're doing content, stuff like that. You have to invest in your craft, and as you grow and as you learn more, you're gonna do more, you're gonna do better, and when you start getting compensated for it, reinvest in yourself, right? I talk. All right, too much talking. Let's get to work. So now I'm just gonna copy this one over. And I'll eventually like do a deep dive into TestNG, because with TestNG, like there's so much, like you can give these test names and print reports and stuff like that. Really cool stuff that you can do, right? So we're gonna say update entire comment, and we're gonna call this put, right? And now what we can do is still take comment 2, and we are going to change that to comment 3. Watch this. Follow me along here. Follow me along. We're gonna go to so we're gonna say this is gonna be a put. We're gonna leave the date thing, right? And so now it's gonna change the comment, but we're also gonna need, oops, not this one. We're gonna need, come on. I have a question for you guys though. Here's a question in the chat. What keyboard do you use? And before even that one, 2 questions. I'm gonna put this in the chat, right? I'm gonna put this in the chat. I want to know, what keyboard do you use, and put it like this, right? Let me see if I can do this like this. Let's do, nah, that's not gonna work. I want to know, what keyboard do you use? Or first question, how many keyboards do you own, and what keyboard do you currently use? All right, that's my question in the chat. I want to know what keyboard you use, and let's put that up on screen real quick. That's my question. How many keyboards do you own, and what keyboard do you currently use, right? Let me know. Only one keyboard, Ferris? No way. Get out of here. Maybe I'm addicted to stuff, right? But okay, cool. All right. 1, 2. Oh my goodness. Maybe it's okay. I know your car got my back on this. I know your car got a bunch of keyboards, right? All right. Let's go to. So let's keep working, right? Let's see. So we're gonna update comment 2, but we're gonna do a put this time, and we're gonna need the ID for this one. And we're gonna go with post ID. And this is gonna be, oops. 2. All right, so now with this test, now we're always gonna have, you see that put the wrong one. But what I press the wrong one, they're too close to each other. But that's what I see. I knew your car had my back on this one. anyway, you see, I gotta put it up. All right, 5. Right, that's a healthy number. That's a healthy number. Okay, that is a healthy number. Anyway, we got. All right, let's keep going. As we wrap up, I'll talk about the keyboards. All right, so we got 2 here, and we're gonna do a put on number 2, and we're gonna actually change this to number 3 so that our test can run, and we're gonna have an ID for 3, and we're gonna have a what you call it? we're gonna have a the patch, which is gonna you'll get it. You'll see. All right. So we have this. This post ID is gonna be 3, and we're gonna update 2 to change that into 3. Yeah. I have to make a change afterwards, but okay. Yeah. So this is gonna be 3. This is gonna be 3. Run this once, and then we'll figure it out. All right. So this is gonna be 3, 3, and this is gonna be put. And then after that, I'll change this to 3, so it's always gonna be updating this particular one instead. All right. So that is the plan, because if we were to include this, it would just change 2 to just be this right here. That's the difference between put and patch. All right. Yeah. All right. So let's go ahead and let's run this one. I don't think we're missing anything. We have everything taken care of. Because after we run this, we're gonna have to change this to a 3. So let's go. So let's see here. Why did we fail? So expected 3, actually 2, really? So let's go over to our talent tester and let's do a get. Post ID. Oh, it didn't update. Why not? I thought it would update this one. Huh. That's interesting. Well, I thought it would update this one, but it didn't. Huh. It might be. Interesting. Interesting. So they might have some type of but it's funny that this wouldn't be updated, but it can allow it to be have 2 of them. Anyways, what we'll do is remember, Mitch, do you remember when we had that question about Vim? And we were talking about, I did that Vim command that time. Well, we're gonna use Vim again this time. So cd webstorm JSON server. I guess I have to stop it and start. Well, maybe not. And we're gonna go here and we're gonna do Vim db JSON, and we're gonna go down to get these all in here. Am I using a different JSON server? I don't know where all these are coming from. Oh, comments. All right, cool. Comment. So we're gonna go edit. I'm gonna just change this to 3. All right. WQ for write and quit. See, look at that. We got a little Vim tutorial right in the middle of it, right? So now if we go back over here, let's see if it's gonna update or if I have to restart the whole thing. Oh, there he goes. There he goes. 3. So that updated, and we are good to go. Cool. So now, all right, so we can get rid. Thank you for your service, terminal. And if we go back over here, and we say, we change this to 3 now because now we officially have a 3. It should match, and it should update this and validate and all that good stuff, right? So let's go ahead and run that. And there we have it. We didn't do the delete method, but it would pretty much be the same. And we have only 8 minutes left. let's get into a couple of errors real quick. All right. So let's go over to HTTP bin. And we're gonna go here and we're gonna look for, we can do let's go over down to errors, status codes, right? And we can use the delete for the error. Okay. So, and it's so basic the way that it's gonna work, because we're just gonna pass in the we're gonna pass in like the status code that we want to return, and it's gonna give us like a 400 and things like that, right? So let's do that real quick, right? So we're gonna go here and let's go to delete error instead. And we're gonna say at test, and we're gonna go with public void. Let's see, delete status code error. Bad request. We're gonna do a 400, okay? And we're gonna say here, and we're gonna go with, let's copy some stuff from up here. All we really need at this point is, we don't need none of these. We're gonna say, let's copy all the way up to here. And what we're gonna do down here is we're gonna use HTTP bin. So we're gonna change this to, is it HTTPS? HTTP bin, take out the .org, and I think they're HTTPS, right? Let's see. Yep, HTTPS. And we don't need the body anymore. And we're gonna put delete over here, and we're going to so this is being passed into here. We're gonna say status code, as we saw over there. Status, and then we're going to say the code 400, right? We want this. And now, when we go back over here, so let's rename this as well. So let's say delete request for status 400, for status bad request, right? And now we're going to go to, because 400 is a bad request status code, okay? So now we're gonna go over to delete for bad request, and then we're gonna say assert that, and then what do we do? That status is 400. All right. Let me see if it's going to return anything. We can try it out over here. So if we go to try it out and we say 400, we should get back a 400. Do we get we got response headers. Do we get a response body? I don't see a response body. But that's fine. We can just validate on the status code then. It would be nice to have a response body, but you know, we're just using the tools that we have, because I'm not gonna go out there and build a whole API. So let's run this one real quick. There we go. There we go. And we could, let me see. Let's see what we can get here real quick. So we push it a little bit further, right? So assert that not status, header. And we can say header content length, maybe. Or I'm over here. You guys didn't even see it. I gotta get it. See, Anton always messes up with the mute. I always mess up with switching screens, right? Because I have too many. So let's go with content let's try content length, right? And we'll say go here, and then maybe 0. I don't know. Let me see now. How do we do it up here? Equal to 0. Equal to 0. Let's try that. All right, we're gonna run it, run it, run it, run it. And we're good. Look too fast. All right, we should be good though. Maybe it's a string. I don't know. Let's see. Was not 0. This is string. All right, I got you. So 0. Oops. All right, run it one more time. And then lastly, we shall do one real quick for post. We have 2 minutes before our timer is up, but it'll be fun to get it to work. Awesome. All right, let's jump into the last one real quick before we head out for tonight. We're going to just copy this test to get some post errors. We're not going to do the authentication. It works all the same, right? I would say my challenge to you is you do the authentication one. And you let me know how that was able to. So follow this live stream along. You can watch it back, do the authentication, see where you're able to get it using HTTP bin. I'm getting hungry. I am hungry at this point. Been talking all day, helping out in all the meetings and stuff like that. So we're going to do post for, what post should I do? There's so many. Let's see. Let's do 401. Post status code for not authorized, right? And we're going to do a post. And how do I remember like the 400, the 401, the 403? 403 is access denied, I think, or 403 is for authorization. You're not authorized. 401 is for authentication. You're not authenticated, right? And then 405 is bad method. And then there's some other ones, but how do I remember them? Because I've seen these. I've seen these a lot, right? So we're gonna go here and let's go over this one real quick. We're gonna say, you're gonna see 401. Put me on the spot here. 401. Really? So see, test 1, 2, 3. Test 1, 2, 3. Let's go here. What? I don't know what's going on here. And we're gonna have that's what we want. All right, perfect. So I am not gonna sing, all right, Mitch. I am not gonna sing. So let's do this as a post. We're gonna rename this one to
Lunch break. Lunch break.
post request for not authorized. All right. And we're gonna change this. I'm over here. See, did it again. All right. We're gonna do the last. I'll do. Let me see. Let's change this to this. Access control. And we take that HTTP bin. Let's run this last one. See how it goes. And then we'll run the whole thing, and then we will wrap it up for tonight. All right. And what do we got over here? We failed at was not HTTP bin. Headers are access control. So we don't have it. Asterisk. Let's use this one then. Let's use this one. And we'll take that. And instead of using the double quotes. We shall see if we can work with the single quotes because we have let's see if that's gonna work. All right, yeah, that should work. So in Python, you can go easily to single quotes, but in Java, which is a lot more stricter, you cannot. So I need to stop confusing my Java and my Python because it is not healthy. All right, let's run that real quick, and then we'll run everything, and then we'll wrap it up for tonight. There we have it. There we have it. All right, so now we don't leave the stream without running everything. Let's run everything. Let's see if all of our tests pass, and then we can wrap it up. We can, we're going to talk about the keyboards real quick. Check the chat, hang it up for the night, and we'll be back Saturday morning for, do you see that? Do you see that? We are going to celebrate ourselves and our victories. All of our tests, all of our API tests are passing.
We the best.
Yes, we are. We are the best. All right. So let's get to full screen. We're going to wrap it up for tonight. So the keyboards. So I have just in this office alone, I have this Razer keyboard that I used to use all the time. I haven't used it in a while because talking to coworkers, I asked, what keyboard do you use? And they said they use the Keychron. So I'm currently using this one right here. Yeah, whatever. You can see it. Using this one. And this is my I have mood keyboards, all right? Follow me along. I have mood keyboards. This keyboard right here is like when I'm chilling and hanging out and and then I have this monster Keychron right here, which it is very, very loud. And when I'm like focused and I'm angry working, when I'm angry typing, that's my Keychron keyboard, right? And then I have another mechanical keyboard in the other room, which that is for my video editor, who is also my wife, uses that keyboard to edit the videos and stuff like that on her Mac Mini. And then I also have like some keyboards that I accumulated, like Liam Nielsen said, a very special set of skills that he's accumulated throughout his career. I have a bunch of keyboards that are lying around and stuff like that. So I am like a keyboard hoarder, right? Not a keyboard whore, but a keyboard hoarder. Okay. Don't make sure you get the two correct. All right. So that's me. I have a bunch of keyboards. Probably have some others like lying around, but yeah. But your car, I totally understand the 5 because I have 2 like that. I go back and forth with depending on how I'm feeling. So you've heard of mood rings? I have mood keyboards. All right. So there it is. And don't even get me into mice. On my desk alone, I have this is the one that the battery just died. It's one of those trackball ones. Love the trackball mice. And then I have this I have the Razer one. And then I have another Bluetooth Razer one for when I'm like out and about traveling. Not mice. All right, let me get to the comments and then we're gonna head out. Right. So I already read about the keyboards. So Ferris said he has one. Mitch has one. And I knew that Mitch was gonna say water and 8 hours of sleep. I cannot do 8 hours of sleep. It's just not in me to do 8 hours. I have to be like super. I have to be like up 36 hours to 48 hours straight working to have 8 hours of sleep, and that's hard. And then me and there's like me on night shift trying to get 8 hours of sleep. Yeah, that's hard. I remember I used to work night shift at one point. It is not easy to sleep. Like my wife used to work night shift and she like could not sleep. So, and Mitch says, I do understand. I'm nobody though. You are not. You are somebody to somebody. All right. Sounds weird, but you are somebody to somebody. And and I don't like what they do to you. My sister used to drink them. I got her to stop. So Mitch is getting people to stop energy drinks one person at a time. I still drink coffee though. I still drink coffee. So something's got to give, right? Something's got to give. And I'll probably sleep during my lunch break. I try to sometimes I want to sleep during my lunch break, but I'm like, I did get caught up. I just get caught up in stuff, right? And let's see. Mitch says, and my keyboard lights up. Forgot what it's called. Yeah, like all my keyboards light up too. Some of them have pretty colors, some of them have solid colors, but you know, it is what it is. And I get your car hit me with the 5. I knew it. And Ferris was saying, I'm thinking about getting an ergonomic keyboard. Yeah, ergonomic keyboards are good. What kind of heist are you running? That's hilarious. And bro is a guessing tester. Call him to get the heat out. And I'm thinking about, all right, so, let's see. And so your car breaks it down. He's like, one hand mechanical keyboard. I have to look that up. One hand mechanical keyboard, 3 mechanicals, 1 wire gaming. So that's pretty much what I have. I have 2 wired mechanicals, and I have 2 the keycrons. They are wired, but they also Bluetooth, right? So you can use them wired, or you can also use them Bluetooth. Which, like this little keycron right here, that's my travel keyboard now. But yeah, that one hand mechanical, that sounds pretty awesome. I have to see how that one looks. And Mitch says, I have 2 mouse, not mice. Yeah, I have a bunch. But Mitch said, your car says, I have 3 mice, and they're all. They're all black. That's hilarious. And the real question is, how many monitors do you have? So monitors question is right here in front of me or in my house as a whole. In here, I have a 27-inch on this side. I have a 24-inch on that side, and then I have the laptop right in front of me. My wife's monitors for whatever she does is a 32-inch and a old cheap 22-inch maybe, like they're side by side. And then I have like some other old monitors laying around that I gotta get rid of. And that's not including the monitors that I gave to my parents to do work on at their place as well, right? So yeah. And it says he has a 3 monitor setup, and see, this is gonna be good for me too. See, your car has all the gems, right? Look into getting a nuke. You can run 3 screens more efficiently and save energy. See, I have to look at NUC. What is an NUC for monitor? Let me just do a quick search on that just to save it. NUC for monitors. I'm gonna hit you up after this, your car, to find out what this. Oh, that's what that is. Gotta look that up. We'll talk. All right. And as we wrap it up, okay, see your card. Thanks. I got 2 vertical and horizontal. That's a nice setup right there. That's a nice setup. And that is you gotta be remember somebody call 411. Python versus Java. Which to lock in from your. Ooh, that is a tough question. So I would say, honestly, I would go with easier to learn. It's going to be Python. For data, definitely Python for data. For application building, definitely Java. I think Java still is might be a little bit more in demand. For software development, for data, definitely Python. If you need to learn a language first and quick, I'd say go with Python, but don't neglect Java, right? Because you can it's all object-oriented programming. So you can pick it up, right? So you can pick it up and they transfer. Like so that's the way that I'm able to pick up on JavaScript and Node because it's still object oriented for the most part. And I can probably easily pick up on C# because that's very close to Java. So maybe go with Python first, but I would say like also get into Java as well because the more languages you can wrap up to, the better, the more marketable it's going to make you as well. And it says angry working. You need anger management. Like, I'd be going in, right? And this keyboard right here, it just isn't loud enough for me to like. So that's what I'm saying, right? I need the angry keyboard, right? Liam Nelson. All movies are the same. He gets me every time. He does. And then mapping mouse. And great show. Thank you so much, Mitch. I appreciate it. I will see you, Mitch, on Saturday morning for our number show. And I got a generic Amazon keyboard, $30, served me well. Hey, whatever works. Lester, a character reference from Grand Theft. Oh, I haven't played. I think the last Grand Theft Auto I played was 3 or 4. It's a long time ago. And good guy in the build. Good guy, you've been hiding in the shadows. What's up, good guy? And for good guy, as always, we do a
good guy.
You need to set up your monitor game. Definitely not enough. Hey, I do what I can, right? There's only so much space in here. And I had to look it up. I see what it is. Pretty cool. And Ferris says I'd get one monitor 32.9. I want a 49. I want a whole 49-inch like wide, but I have to figure out how to segment it off. And your keyboard sounds like your ASMR for your anger. And then Mitch says, a fact of life. Men lie, women lie, numbers only manipulate. And that is it. That is it for tonight. All right, that is it. So we're gonna be wrapping it up. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Thank you, Yakar. Thank you, Mitch. Thank you, good guy. Thank you, Darcel. Thank you, Ferris. I'm looking for tomorrow night. I'm gonna be checking because I'm not going live tomorrow at all. I'm gonna be working and I'm gonna be tuning in. So looking forward to it. We shall see. So that's where I'll be. I'm gonna wrap it up. Thank you guys so much. But I have to ask the question. I have to ask you as always at the end of the show.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Is this not why you are here?
Is this not why you're here? We are entertained. We learned so much tonight. So much fun. Really appreciate you guys. But you guys already know. You know what it is, right? You know what it is. Yesterday's price is not tomorrow's. Ferris is messing me up. Yesterday's price is not today's price. Today's price is not tomorrow's price because
One more thing. Price of the brick going up.
The price of the brick is going up. If you haven't done so already, we had so much fun. Go ahead and like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you can know every time that we go live. Share this information with somebody because it is so helpful and useful. If you need more tech information, if you need one-on-one coaching, go over to www.techcoachralph.dev. But on that note, I'm going to go get something to eat. I'm going to go get some rest. This is Tech Coach Ralph. We are out.
You might think that getting into the IT field is impossible without a computer science degree, but Tech Coach Ralph is here to prove you wrong. Get ready for some jaw-dropping revelations on how to break into this lucrative industry. Listen up, tech enthusiasts. Are you ready to break through into the IT field, but feel like you need a computer science degree to make it happen? Think again. Tech Coach Ralph has some exclusive, mind-blowing secrets to share with you. Get ready to be blown away by his jaw-dropping revelations on how to break into the tech industry without a computer science degree. So get your notepad ready, because Tech Coach Ralph is going to change your life forever. Buckle up, because you're about to embark on a journey to success in the IT field.